waiting for what will be the opening game of this group stage to get underway. Scotland against the Netherlands. I'm John Champion, and today's co-commentator is Jim Begley.
Yeah, thanks, John. Well, we have great expectation here today for both sets of players. I mean, this match really promises something good.
We are all waiting for what will be the opening game of this group stage to get underway. A moment to cherish as the national anthem rings out. Now let's see how both these teams will line up. So let's get down to business. Whittaker. No, needed a better ball there. Jonathan de Guzman. Surely he's in. Van Persie. Van Persie. The Netherlands with a big chance and a big miss. No, that's not going to make it through. Christoph Berra. No, the defence alert and picked out the danger.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
He's going on his own. Space on the flank. The defence is there to deal with it. Tried to play it through. Some dangerous moments, but he was there to intervene. And that's not getting through. Going forward. Both sides fiercely contesting the ball. Again. Robin. Right time, right place, wrong outcome.
Scotland didn't really deal with the wide play. It was a lovely dribble down the flank, but really they've got to double up to try and stop that. And I think with the attempted goal too, they were a little fortunate.
Oh, he's won it back straight from the goal kick. Scotland still without any attempts on target. Jonathan de Guzman.
They're controlling the game really well now, but they're just not able to find that incisive pass.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. And the through ball is intercepted. Naismith has had offside given against him.
Yeah, the defence had him exactly where they wanted him there. Didn't even give him the space or the room to turn. And I think if they can keep him facing the other way, then his threat becomes a much lesser issue.
Not much by way of goalmouth action as yet. He's onside. Van Persie, a chance. Oh, a decent effort. So here comes the corner. They've got it away. Lint. Here's Van Persie. He gets his shot away. He so nearly exploited that mistake. Didn't have any luck with the through ball there.
Look, if he wants that ball to make it, then he has to pass it with a bit more zip. I think he knew as soon as it left his boot it was going to be cut out. Just lacked a little more power.
Stefan de Vries. Janmaat. Sneijder. Sneijder! That is way off.
Well, he didn't really get hold of that one. It was a weak effort in the end.
Unfair challenge deemed a foul. That will see him go into the referee's notebook. There is the end of the first period.
Well, the manager's surely got to look for one or two creative changes now. They need some service up front.
Neither side conceding a goal then. It is 0-0. We kick off for the next 45 minutes. Jonathan de Guzman. Robin. James Morrison. Trouble looming, but he's able to cut it out. Martins Indy. Vla. Jonathan de Guzman. Here's Van Persie. Here's Robin. Robin! Van Persie! And he's done it! He was never going to decline an invitation like that.
Well, considering he has a bit of a shoot-on-sight policy, he was the one player that should have been picked up then. It was both careless and costly from where I'm sitting.
So we start again at 1-0.
Oh, look, it's lovely having a player with such ability in your side. He's always capable of coming up with something important, and he's done it again.
Mulgrew spotted the ball being played and did well to reach it, but that's about as good as it got.
Look, should they not get back into this game, the possession stats will hold the reason why. Everything is a bit rushed and frantic. They need someone to impose a more composed approach and just settle it down.
Naismith. Naismith! Not this time. Long way off that.
Well, that's understandable because they haven't found it easy against this defence. And shooting from that sort of range, it's not the answer.
Scotland could be tempted to make changes with 2 substitutions still available. Can he shoot? Drives it in. Cleared away from immediate danger. Here's Maloney. Now there's a platform for a counter-attack. Trying to keep it in the face of strong opposition pressure. A corner kick given. Plenty of options. Who's he looking to pick out? Martins Indy gets it clear. Scotland really in desperate trouble here.
Well, it's a case now who wants to be the hero because they need somebody to step up. Well, perhaps it's going to take a set piece for them to get back into this game, and with the position this is in, they've got to fancy their chances of finding a way through.
He can have a go from here. He's gone for goal. The idea was there, the execution wasn't. He's looking to play it into the channel. The tension here is pretty unbearable. Only 1 goal separating them and just 5 minutes left. Hutton with the foul. That was always likely to be the outcome. Yellow card.
Well, he seems to be enemy number 1. I think when you've got pace like that, it's really frustrating when you're on the end of some cynical challenges. I think they need to be more direct now and just start getting the ball forward.
He plays it through, knocks it through, onside. Martins Indy. There'll be 4 minutes added on for stoppages. Nice ball through. Here's a shot. They've scored. They pull pulled themselves right back into the contest. A great finish in a one-on-one situation.
Well, when you go one-on-one with the keeper, you can't afford any indecision, and that was decisive and clinical.
We're in the closing minutes now, and it's level again. No getting it through there. He knew what was coming. That's it. The match is over. I'm sure the players can't be happy at all with that result. A win first time out would have eased the tension, but they didn't really seem to find a rhythm to their game.
Well, some matches you just don't want to end, and that was one of them for me. You couldn't predict what was going to happen next. It was a great game.